Hey you guys, what is up? It is Vicious, and it's time for another Dungeon Defenders tutorial. Moving along, just got done with Monster Fest Insane, and now we're going to do Summit Insane. This is a remake, because I do have a Summit Insane tutorial out there already. However, due to the changes of 7.11 increasing the monk auras, I have gotten a lot of messages in my inbox and stuff asking me how you're going to do the build now with the increased aura cost. And so, for that reason, you know, just to make it easy and answer everybody at once, we're going to go ahead and make a new video on how to do it. My build for Summit, I call it my dragon-proof build, that's what I've dubbed it. Uses no towers except for a few mage towers, because they can't grab aggro from the enemies, so summoners will not summon skeletons, they'll just walk into your traps and die. And then the dragon fight, which is where everybody usually dies, there's no towers for the dragon to destroy. So you can have as much time as you'd like to fight the dragon, and you won't lose. That's where everyone loses, is don't kill the dragon fast enough and then he destroys your defenses. So this excuse me, this build is going to be using, you need a DPS character, preferably ranged. I can use my Huntress. I'm actually going to play with my new DPS Mage, I think, for the DPS role. I'm going to experiment. You're going to need a Trap Huntress, and you're going to need an Aura Monk. So let's show you these guys' stats real quick. My Aura Monk stats right here. I'm using a DPS weapon and a DPS pet. I could actually get away with not having one or the other, but I need at least one probably so I can fight through the first wave while I put my auras down. The Trap Huntress. Again, probably want a DPS pet or a DPS weapon. You don't need both, but I have both in this case. Here's my stats. And then I have not used him in combat yet. I just gave him some gear like about 10 minutes ago. And he is a DPS Mage. He's going for physical attack with a physical attack weapon. And I'm going for high resistances. My fire resistance isn't that high, but you know, going for a generic resistance and stuff here. Need more money to finish upgrading his equipment, so yeah. But he'll get the job done. Let's get it started. So we're going to start off with our monk. Let's go to the summit. I don't know why everyone's getting really great loot in the shop after doing Monster Fest Insane and Summit Insane, because I've done them like 5 times each, and I have yet to get anything good. I don't understand. I'm just going to sprint straight ahead and grab the 3 chests out here. I normally don't have an animus with me. I use a tower boosting pet. So this is going to be even easier than normal because you will have to fight through the first waves while you get all your auras up. So we'll go ahead and put electric and ensnare at every entrance. I know you don't have to do this at every entrance. There's ways to save some DU and share an aura. And I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. But I do it this way because I like having an aura at every single entrance, because that means they're going to have less mobs each and they will last longer. Like I said, most people die during the dragon fight, so the less you have to come and maintain your base, the better. And despite the new cost on defensive units for auras, I still managed to get the old build in here totally fine without any problems. It uses exactly every defense unit actually. Now, since you've only got electric auras killing stuff right now, electric immunes are going to get through, and possibly, depending on your damage, you might have poison immune get through as well. So that's why you want to make sure you hit shift every so often. Keep an eye on your map just to see if something's breaking through. You'll obviously know when it says your crystal is under attack, but you want to try to get them before that happens. Alright, there we go. There's the aura build right there. Everything's in place. You got a snare and electric stacked on top of each other. Electric auras have been nerfed. They're not nearly as strong now as they used to be, but once you upgrade them a few times, they're actually better than they used to be. So, kind of sucks that they nerfed the damage and increased the defense unit cost, but they felt that it was too strong. So this is a good opportunity for me to actually upgrade some of this stuff if I want to. Which I guess I might as well. Especially the top two, right here where I'm at. And the back one at the very end. Because those are the 3 heaviest chokes. Not today, guys. Okay, I'm gonna switch over to my Trap Huntress for the next wave. We got 2 guys on their way, nice and slow. Go down here and grab this mana. They're immune, so that's why it's taking a while. You'll have to fight off the wyverns on this wave if you go Trap Huntress instead of Mage. So just keep that in mind. So what I want to do is somewhere near the middle of my aura, I want to put down an Inferno Trap. And at the very top of my staircase, I want a Proximity Mine. The Inferno Trap is going to be adding a lot of your DPS while things are slowed down inside of your electric field and snare. They're going to get burned, so if they were immune to electric, they'll get fire damage. The Proximity Mine is basically last line of defense. If anything is actually strong enough to make it through, then the last thing they're going to see before they die is your Proximity Mine exploding in their face. It's also the anti-ninja defense. If you're staying in your base while you're fighting, and a ninja hops up on you because the ninjas will aggro to your hero, then all you do is you run to your Proximity Mine and the ninjas will blow themselves up. So, kind of a great thing to have. Okay, here's the build now. And might as well just go start upgrading stuff. Got nothing else to do. I would never upgrade before the patch, but it's actually quite good now. And I would probably focus on upgrading the traps, the Inferno Traps. They do a lot of damage. I mean, like I said, the electric aura was nerfed, the damage it does, but the trap was not, so you'll get a little bit more effectiveness out of upgrading your traps. Assuming your stats on your Trap Huntress are similar to your monks. And we're going to switch to our Mage now. The Mage is going to be our anti-air defense and our Tower Mage, I should say. I don't think I showed you his stats. My stats on my Mage right here. His only job is to provide the anti-air for the wyverns, which is going to be in the form of a magic missile, and a striker. Position them in such a way that they hit diagonally so they can shoot, the strikers will shoot down through the ground and kill mobs coming up from below. And be able to hit any wyverns that come from both the front and from the side. And you're going to use the last of your points on some blockades. This is to help you with ogres, when the ogres reach up here. And it looks like I gotta fight this wave with my mage. That's okay. We'll just keep upgrading. This is the character I normally stay on because I just stand near my strikers here and let my boosting guardian just boost the damage of these. It makes them pretty strong. Right now they do 47,000 damage per attack, and that's because I got the 33% boost from this character being the summoner of those towers present in battle, and the big boost from the apprentice guardian. And last thing I'm going to do real quick, I'm going to show you guys an optional thing. If you don't have enough DPS to kill the ogres outright, if you feel like you're in danger, then go ahead and put a strength drain aura. Alright, let's have fun your DPS mage. Another thing you could do if you really wanted to, you could always use spike walls instead of mage walls, since they'd have a lot more HP. And now basically you can just hide away from your base if you want. The ninjas are the only thing that can really hurt you right now. And if you stay away from your base, they'll pretty much move on to they'll just walk into your traps and auras and die. But if you're in your base, they'll bypass your defenses, so you might as well just stay away. Unless you're using a DPS character and you can fight them one-on-one. I gotta admit, it's kind of nice having a character with actual casting speed. Something I'm not used to. Never needed one before. Before the patch, there was no reason to upgrade anything. Maybe give these guys an upgrade. As you can see, I haven't had to repair anything at all, and I still don't. But it's just one of those things when you got nothing else to do, you might as well. But the build is super stable. Gives you so much time to fight the dragon without having to come and maintain your base, which really helps with solo play. One thing I used to do is I used to put gas traps behind my Inferno traps. If your traps and damage stats are not good enough, you might want to do that. You have enough DU to do that actually. You just won't have enough DU for the strength drain auras. But with the upgrade system now, that's one of the reasons I made that change. You can upgrade your towers to do enough damage that you don't need to worry about the extra gas trap and just let the Ensnare aura handle that job. Like an ogre on the other side too. Yep. Oh, Mr. Ogre. How much are these doing per tick? 746. Not really great, but. Oh, for you guys who didn't know, pro tip, if you have a good charge on your staff like I do, doing like a half charge on your shots does more DPS than rapidly attacking. But if you're not using a stat that charges well, if you press both mouse buttons at once, you get automatic repeat attacks, so you don't have to spam the button with your fingers yourself. You just let the game do it for you. It's lazy mode. Before this wave is over, let me talk about the auras real quick. If you want to save more DU, you can put an aura right here, right where I got my cursor pointing, and it covers this choke and that choke. So you can, instead of using 2 auras, use 1. And also some people like to put the aura here and here, further back away from the base. I personally don't. I think that just makes it more to maintain. Like you have to run farther away to heal and repair. And I don't see any reason to do that personally, but that's just an option. And you can also put your auras here so that you get everything. Crud. Let's hurry up. Make sure you're standing by one of the harpoons, the ballistas. You have a 50% chance of being at the one that he's going to go past. But hitting the insane dragon can be tricky. Sometimes he just flies past too quickly, and sometimes he stops right before. It's just the way it is. So that's why it's good to have a ranged character, because you can actually hit the dragon when he's flying around the stage. And the wrong way. Damn you, dragon. So now at this point in the dragon fight, his fireballs can and will destroy your deadly striker towers and your magic missile towers that you had for anti-air. But it's totally okay, because at this part in the game, there are no more wyverns. So you don't have to worry about it. There's also no more ogres, so you don't have to worry about that either. Ninjas don't attack your crystal, so pretty much all you gotta do is just fight the dragon. Get him. Where's he gonna go? Other side of the stage, of course. Why would you make it easy for me? Oh, how'd that miss? Cheap shot. Hey, that was nice of you. Oh god. Oops. If I'm gonna go, I'm taking you with me. Alright guys, that was the new summit tutorial for 7.11 and any patch further, because as you can see there's DU left over, so even if they raise the DU cost to something, you're still going to be able to fit it in. So I hope you guys found that tutorial useful, and I'll see you in the next videos.